It always does this. It always says you are live, but you're not live. Because I think there's a delay in clicking live and actually being live. But when the delay comes through on YouTube, it's actually this point, not the start.
Right. Can you tell I'm really, really savvy with it all? I still don't understand why Chris ever trusted me to be the admin on the Chris and Lingzu on Wheels channel, because I just end the lives. I just press buttons.
He should be with us a little bit later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did message, but I don't know what he'd want to say publicly, so we'll wait for him. It's nothing bad. Right. Hey, Moon. Hi, Andy. Hey, Claire. Hey, Dan. Hey, Louise. Hi, Anton. Hey, John. Can you all see us and hear us all right before we continue? I'm not in the spider shed tonight. I'm being lazy. I'm in the front room.
I'm in my kitchen. That's why I've blocked out all of the mess.
Hey, Scorpion Finn. Claire says yes. I was going to do the funky background, but every time I do it, there's like a shadow thing behind me. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't do it properly. It's like it can't distinguish between my head and the background.
I'm on a couple screens here. I've got like 2 or 3 screens going. I'm laggy.
Is she laggy?
I'm laggy or I'm leggy? Laggy.
Head reflection in the light. Ah, yes, Andy. It probably is, to be honest. Anyway, welcome to a Tuesday evening live stream. We kind of chill up until about 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock we do swear we could have adult conversation. So if you've got any kids watching, come 9 o'clock, remove them from the vicinity or turn us off. Oh, well, Noah was in school for the whole 10 minutes before he lost 2 points off his class dojo because he keeps being naughty. Being a little sugar. Scorpion Finn says, how did this happen? 95% of my scorpions are on pre-molt and not eating. It can happen, and if it can happen, or if it could happen, it will happen in our hobby. Sooner or later, that scenario will happen. It's just happening now. That's all I can say on that, Finn. You've probably literally, maybe in your collection, you've literally recreated the seasons that well that they all come into molt at the same time.
I am. What are you reading? Because I can't see anything.
I've got comments up on the work phone, which is that one in chat. Yeah, but if you do want to come up and join us, maybe you want to just talk crap or talk about your collection or show us what your collection is. If you want to turn the camera on your collection and not show your face, that is completely fine as well. The pinned comment is the link. You click on it, you get you get a screen before you actually come into here. So before we even know that you want to join us, you can test your camera and your microphone, all the rest of it, to make sure everything's on point.
I'm just
Love it when... What?
Trying to get in.
Hey, Salter.
Trying to get in.
Hey, Jenna.
Hello.
Oh, the wife's here as well. Oh. John, that person doesn't like me, so we don't talk about them. Maybe because we've corrected the care standards, but that's another story. Who is going to Coventry show, which has got to be the most important thing everybody is thinking about at the moment. Last year, Coventry was one of our favourites. I don't know if that's just because I live here or I might be a little bit biased, but it just seemed to be a brilliant show.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Graham. Hi.
Now I get it.
Hello, everyone.
Love it when tarantulas go into pre-molt. Saves me a job feeding them. Hoping to get there, says Andy. Dan says, I'm 90% sure I'm going. I'd love to, but Finland. Scorpio Finn, come over for BTS or something.
Yeah. BTS.
Dan, are you coming the night before? If you're staying overnight, everybody's going out for a drink or two. If you drink, that is, at the Cocked Hat in Binley. My name always gets mispronounced. I say it like Saltire.
Saltire spiders.
Working cough weekend. You know, John, I am dyslexic, mate. So my pronunciation of words, Asling, I have her stitches sometimes. It's a bit.
Not John that's saying it. It's Graham.
Graham, sorry. My my pronunciation of words is sometimes a little bit funky.
Also, his recognizing names.
Yeah, but then when it comes to the Latin names, you have to pronounce it in Latin. I'm like, I can barely speak English.
Oh my God. Me and Ollie last night was so funny. He was trying to pronounce a name. I can't think what it is now.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Hello?
Stop. Sorry. Hi.
Hey. Hiya. If you turn your phone sideways, if you can, it fills out like mine and Ling's. There you go. Hey,
Say
Rob, you
hello.
okay? Are you two coming to Coventry show?
No, we're not coming. We can't make it. It's too far away for us.
What's your closest show?
Bristol and Taunton.
Oh, Bristol's a good one.
So yeah.
We're talking about mispronunciation of names, and I'm like the king of it.
I'm trying to find the spider. Was it a spider?
Rob can't wait for Coventry. Dan says van camping trip. Yeah, Dan. Just drop me a message to where you're thinking about staying in Coventry in a van, and I'll drop you a message back to tell you if it's a safe area or not, because there's some rough areas, dude.
Is Ollie here? Is he in?
Not yet. Claire says toddler is being annoying. No, Ollie's not here. Look, I mean, I've said this before with scientific Latin names. Like, you know, if the other person knows what spider you're talking about, it's all happy days. But if you're like myself and you're going to do a video, you got to at least try and get it right. And I struggle with a lot, so I'm forever messaging Lynn, going, "How do you do this one?" Like that Chilibrachius electric blue species. That's an interesting one.
The Chiliracus natanicarum.
Yep, Natacharum, Natacharium.
Natacarum, Natacharum. People say carum, I say carum.
I think the problem with that one is I think I overthink it before I try and say it.
I think a lot of people overthink it when they try and say the Latin names. I find it really hard when we're at shows and people come up to the tables and they say, "Oh, do you have a pink toe?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I just stand there and wait for them to expand on that, because it could be an arboreal, it could be a terrestrial. What pink toe do you want? Like, do you want an apophysis, or do you want an avic, or what? What do you want?
That is the issue with common names, but I understand it at the same time, because a common name, one, when you first get into the hobby, it's curly hair. Oh, you want a curly hair? Yeah, it's curly hair. You go to pet shops, buy a spider, and it's we've got a curly hair. And but when you get a bit deeper into it, the problem with that is there could be 20 different species, all with the same common name. And if you put on top of that, a lot of the Latin names are that like, some of them you just I spend hours and hours, as you know, like trying to get them right, and it is difficult.
This is the word.
Graham,
Me and Ollie were saying, and it was just so funny. Can you see that word? I can't even highlight it because I'm not Chris. But can you see that word?
Hold on.
Well, that name.
Oh, I can't.
Get a massive fingering screen.
Nah, it's because I'm on my mobile and they've changed the setup a little bit. But it's what's the common name for that?
No idea. I don't know common names. I'll find out.
Right. So I think the genus Lythroganthus.
No, you're saying. Have I spelt it wrong? I've spelt it wrong.
Even the experts mess up. I nearly swore there.
That's it. Larognathus Giannis Posatoi.
What?
Larognathus Giannis Posatoi. That's how you say it. And me and Ollie
do you have to put the accent on?
That toy, you can't not say it that way because you
So
say Giannis Posatoi. So it just sounds like, and me and Ollie were like, just one cornetto.
that to me reads Lyoganthus Giannis Postoi.
Larognathus Giannis Posatoi.
Now it reads. Now you said Giannis. What was it?
Giannis Posatoi.
Giannis Posatoi. I can see it. I can see it in the wording, but when I first look at that, it looks like, yeah.
Even if you went into Google and typed in English to Latin and then pressed play on the speaker, that's how they say it. That is the Latin way. Giannis Posatoi. Rob, I pronounce that as cyan.
Cyan. I used to pronounce it as cyan.
Yeah, see, like cyanopubescence, Primatopalma cyanopubescence.
In English, spider I don't want because I can't say it. Oh, trust me, Rob. There's some Chilibrachius ahenium
for it is a
is not
earth tiger. That's what the common name for it is. A thick foot earth tiger. It's so inventive.
What was it called in the Chilibrachius wahine before I called it the wahine? It was a hahini or something like that, and then I remember you were like, it's wahini.
Wahini.
Hey Phil, you're alright. Is there anything any of you guys like struggle with pronunciation when it comes to the Latin names? Is there anything you got in your collection where you look at the Latin name and you just think, yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to say it?
They are stunning, though. Like, if you was to get one.
What, the wahinas?
No. The Larognathus Giannis Posatois.
I won't lie to you, I've never heard of one before.
So they look like that. Can you see? My phone because there. Oh, No, you can't. And I'm not showing you my kitchen because it's half decorated and it just looks absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And I can't share screens, unfortunately. You'll have to Google it. Google it. Lyric Nathan, Giannis Passatoi. Google it. They are really,
No,
really
because
nice.
I can't copy the name across.
Right, then type in thick-footed earth tiger.
That's better. Dick Scott. Go. No, the Shadotti, the big black, Wahini,
not named after
Minax,
it?
Longer Pips, Rufus, they all came up.
Well, that says Pennell in the name, which I presume
Chinese stout leg for some reason.
So you've got a Flamingochilus, Pennell Huleti.
Yeah, but that's
a lot of spiders that have been described and named
I'm just
after.
about to say. Do you want to explain the species on that one?
So
you do that. I'm going to go for a quick piddle.
Yeah, bladder like a bleeding 90-year-old. So when a spider is described by taxonomists, then they're usually named after people. And given that name's got Pennell Huleti in it, I'm presuming Mark Pennell is part of this from BTS. So you've got the Flamingochilus Pennell Huleti. There's going to be a lot more species that are going to be coming out, and they're going to be described, and they're going to be reclassified into different genuses, and they will be, because they'll be described, they will no longer be species in their name. It will just be genus and whatever they are. Much like the Chilobrachys species electric blue, which everyone knows it as, is now Chilobrachys natanicarum because it's been described. That was a very quick whittle. Very quick whittle.
I'll go for up. Do you mean bladder like a 90-year-old? Tell me how much water I'm drinking.
Whittle.
I drink like 3 litres of water, bottled water per day. Plus, I don't know, if I have 2 protein shakes, there's another 500 ml per one.
I can smell wee, and I don't know why. You just peed in my kitchen, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. My stepdad used to do that. He used to wee in the kitchen sink. Mum used to catch him every now and again and have a right go.
I would have a fit.
She said to me, she was like, "Is it normal?" I was like, "No." I said, "You can go to the outside toilet." She was like, "We ain't got the outside toilet." I said, "Yeah, the drain." I went, "That's fine. That's a done thing." I said, "But not the kitchen sink."
Not okay. I'd be bleaching it. Everything.
Definitely filled an old water bottle and sat it back down. Bottle of water, because English water is rank. Says shots fired. Graham's trying to. I think Graham's trying to hint that like Scottish water is better than English, so we'll get him back and say Saltire Spiders says bottled water because English tap water is rank. Everyone has an outside toilet, says Andy. Too right.
That's right. We're part of England. We're Cornish. We're a different kettle of fish.
You know, all the years been keeping spiders. Do you know when they put the CF? I said it in the last video. The CF. I've never ever even thought about googling that. Just because that scorpion was CF on some websites, and I was just having a chat with Tim and asked him. But what does? Because all he said is like basically the CF. So when obviously you know Lingam, so I'm talking to everybody else, but when you've got a genus followed by the letters CF and then the species, it means it's been identified possibly. So like you're looking at a 95% identification, but still it might possibly be a different species. That's why they put the CF in. But what I forgot to ask him is what the CF actually stands for. Does it stand for a wordling or?
What? No, I don't know. My brain's going blank. I've literally got so much things going on in my brain right now. As you know, Scott. As you know.
I was just about to say we've got 15 people have come along to watch a pair of ADHDers talk crap for 2 hours.
My brain is just going because I'm doing lots of different things at the same time. So people are going to see me looking down, looking around, tip tapping. Woosah. Woosah.
Scorpion Finn says I seem to have trouble starting the StreamYard with cam and the microphone.
Said it means confer.
Oh, confer.
Confer.
Ah. That makes sense.
My brain's not braining. I've literally written like random stuff today.
I mean, he's just gone on to expand Latin for compare. So basically compare it to this species.
Do you know what we should have done? We should have all just learned Latin in school. So they should have said to us in year 7.
No.
They should have said in year 7, if you're going to start keeping spiders, you will want to learn Latin.
Well, what they should have said, if you like animals, then we're going to teach you Latin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny though, because we grow up knowing what a Tyrannosaurus Rex is.
Yeah.
And you can pronounce it. Noah can say all that, and then when it comes to spiders, when you're a little bit older, it's like, I don't know. I need it on a voice note so I can practice it several times before we do the video.
We've got 2-year-olds saying Diplodocus.
No, Noah, right, has like points removed for being naughty. He can't sit still for 2 seconds, but he can pronounce more of the spiders and the isopod names than what I can. He's 5. Need a little sugar. I'm saying sugar because we've got half an hour before we can swear. Dan says it's Latin for compare, so basically compare it to this species, which now makes complete sense. Louise says, can't wait for Coventry to see Ling again. Hey, Stu. The wife says, I don't know how Noah can say half the Latin names. Dan says, I've got an amazing book on scientific Latin. I picked it up in a used bookstore. Paid £2.50 and it regularly goes for nearly 300 quid.
I've got books like that. I've got mental books which I read all the time. I've got some of them which have gone into preservation now because when I've touched the paper has actually just crumbled underneath my finger when I've touched it because it's one book. Yeah, one book's written in 1600s on tarantulas, and I literally touched it and it just started crumbling. So I quickly put it in a frame and I pressed it down so it can't deteriorate anymore. And it's just now in an airtight, sealed cabinet, so it won't disintegrate anymore. But it's got various different species and genus of spider, tarantula, which are no longer here.
What, extinct?
Yeah, and there's ones there that are called the versicolors, which were a trapdoor in America, and they're not there anymore. They used to be found in the gardens where servants would just walk past them. They're not there anymore. I don't even think there's a holotype for it. I think there was discussions on trying to find the holotype, but it's not there. They went back to get a sample and there was none.
That's mad because you don't. I mean, you kind of acknowledge spiders being on CITES and having habitats destroyed, and they've got small pockets of them in the wild. But to be told that, yeah, we used to have this spider and that spider and this spider, and now they're extinct is a bit of a shocker. You just don't. You don't normally think about it, do you? You just expect that to be like mammals or the mainstream animals, if you like.
I've got 2 books upstairs which are like big, thick books. One of them's written in 1800, and it's got someone's pencil notes and ink droppings in it, and it's got it's really cool. It's really cool, and it talks about a lot of invertebrate exoskeleton and anatomy and all sorts.
literally like the original knowledge.
Yeah, original knowledge of how they tried to get scientific studies out of it, but obviously they didn't have the modern technology we have now, so they didn't get everything. But what they have written is very accurate and still follows through to this day. It's really cool.
Rob says Tim won't be very sad face, hoping someone else has some decent scorpions. TSS and Venomous Visions will both be there.
Yeah.
TSS are starting to bring stuff in that.
If George is there, George and Tim have recently collaborated. So
is George going to Coventry then? What, got a table?
I don't know, but if he is, Tim Baxter has actually collaborated with Geoscorps now. So they announced it on Facebook. So they
announced it on the live before they put it out on Facebook.
So they collaborated now. So if you do see George, you'll more than likely be taking a Baxter Scorpion as well.
And on the live, they also said, like, if it's white packing peanuts and it's come from Tim's, and if it's blue packing peanuts, it's come from George's.
Yeah.
Dan said, I've got this awesome old moth book from the 1910s that still has the guy's notes wedged between the pages, which means it survived 2 world wars.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, Finn, I don't know why that is. Scott, he says, "Dang, StreamYard doesn't recognise my microphone and camera."
Try going on a different server. Like some people use like Safari, and then another person will use Google. I find that it works on Google, but it doesn't work on Safari or the Microsoft one. It doesn't work on that.
Yeah, copy it and put it into Google. It should work. It works on Google.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, with the internet and the books, because books are just like literally the importance to books to us older people are like well up there. But then with our 2 youngest, they use a lot of books and stuff at school. But then Layla, being 15, she's got a laptop. Everything's done off the laptop.
Well, the thing is, there's people who have only been keeping for like under 10 years, 7-8 years roughly, and less. You're all going to be talking about how you used to read this on a forum and that on a forum and that. Whereas people that were just on forums like MySpace, Arachne Boards, and other forum platforms, we had books, and that's all we really had was books. And occasionally you'd bump into someone who was also like-minded and kept a spider or an invert of some kind where you could just chat to them. But other than that, you were just in these little rooms talking to each other on forums and trying to get information. And that's where I was before I entered the social media world of Scott.
We had the two messages places that I used to use, MSN Messenger and ICQ.
Yeah. And then I joined social media, this kind of social media with Scott and the world of YouTube 3 years ago. But I knew who they were. They just didn't. I was quite quiet.
Ling won one of the giveaways and won some roaches.
I was quiet.
And those roaches were donated by Chris.
Before then.
And that's how the Chris and Ling literally started off. Yeah, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Love the smell of a book. Internet hasn't got that smell, says Andy Jeanette. Scorpion Finn says it's still. They've tried Google, it's still not working. You could try on your phone, try a laptop instead, or if you're on your laptop, try your phone. Try a different device, maybe. Sorry, dude, or do that. Oh, I've got no idea why that don't work. I am thinking about looking for an alternative to StreamYard, because StreamYard's just getting very expensive per month. They've just put it up again. But you do get to stream in HD. But I don't want to just use StreamYard because I've used it for 7 years. Do you know what I mean? But then to use another software that does lives is you don't know it as well, do you? That's the only issue.
Can I have another bit of that croissant? Sorry, I'm going to eat a croissant in a minute. Croissant. I'm not French.
It's like when I was a kid as well. Like if you went to research anything, it'd be you're in the library, you were searching through books, and you did have that. Like Jeanette says, that love and smell book. But what you also had, which I miss now, was silence. Because libraries were very quiet. You couldn't talk in a library back then. You'd literally get asked to leave if you made any noise. And we've lost that now. Because even if you go in a library now, there's like where the extremely quiet section is, you can still hear the tapping of keyboards because they're all on laptops anyway. I mean, but it is good for me because I'm a visual learner anyway. So I prefer to talk to somebody to find out the information or to watch a video as opposed to read. No, Graham. We can start looking at that. Hey up.
Hey there.
Hey Ben. That's better. You okay?
Yeah. Now I have to figure out how to turn the camera, not filming me. If it's filming me, I scare all the viewers off.
Nah, you're all right. I think, yeah, if you click the three dots. No, you don't.
Nope.
If you click, Joe, you see the camera button and the arrow. If you click the arrow, it'll give you an option to use that one. Dan says, unfortunately, libraries were dying. Pretty much local authorities are turning them into community spaces instead. Yeah, and Tara, yeah, the wife has got too many books. Mind you, the wife can buy a book and within 24 hours read it. Cover to cover, and she retains the information out of it for forever. But she don't read books on spiders, she reads them on like childhood horror stories that are true to life, that type of stuff. Graham says you don't find those types of magazines in bushes anymore, apparently with the intervention of the interweb. Jeanette says no such thing as too many books. Yeah, Finn, if you're watching, as you come in, while you're in the background, if you click on the camera there, it will also give you the option of going to the back camera of the phone. That was something that surprised me at the shows, you know. There's never like a book stand with or leaflets for sale. Oh, there we go.
I thought I could show some of my scorpions, if it's okay.
Of course it is.
This one is my... oh, dear Lord, I forgot my tongs. Just a second. This one is my Asian forest scorpion, Heterometrus flauticus.
Just before we have a look at the rest of your scorpions, because I know you've got some spicy ones, where are you in the world?
In Finland.
And in Finland, for the dangerous stuff, you don't need a license or anything like that, do you?
Yeah, no license needed. That's my Asian forest scorpion.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. I think he's adult already. I'm not quite sure. He's been 4 years now.
What, 4 years old?
Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah, probably another molt for adult.
Yeah.
Probably looking at about 5 years for an adult, but they can breed at quite a small size as well.
Yep.
Small juveniles you can get scorpions from.
Yeah, this was my very first one I bought. And after him, I went to the deep end. Just a second, I changed the enclosure. And I'll show you what was the next one. Next one I bought was quite deep end. So let's see. I guess he's under here. Yeah. My hot and fluffy doodles.
Yeah, you went from a 1 litre mini up to a space rocket.
Yeah. From the Morris Mini to a Porsche.
Hey Nick.
He's quite. First, I was quite baffled because the name is Pakistan Red Scorpion, and I thought, what the heck? Why is red? Until I saw the.
I'll buy that now.
The Telson. Then I figured out.
I find it striking how. I mean, obviously, all scorpions are venomous, but when we talk about the DWA ones, it's obviously the highly venomous. I always find it very striking how beautiful these scorpions actually go when you're looking at these venomous ones.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, when the scorpion venoms are categorized from 1 to 5, this is maybe 4 or 5. So quite.
It's just the size of the tail and those tiny pincers just says, yeah, leave me alone.
Yep. Exactly. And
do they still grab prey, or do they just literally strike and then wait for it to die?
Anxiety.
They first grab the prey and then they sting immediately. And he's very fast acting. I have several times almost dropped my tongues when scared when he attacked. He's so fast.
And what you feed him?
Lately, I have feed him with. Sorry about the shaky hand.
All right, don't worry.
I have been feeding mealworms, medium-sized mealworms, and medium-sized crickets.
And how long, when it stings it, how long does a cricket take to die?
Not very long. Not very long. Maybe maximum half a second, maybe. It's quite fast. Yeah.
That is some serious fast-acting venom.
It is.
And it acts as digestive juices at the same time.
Yeah. But as you said, these hot ones, the beauty of them. And and I have said to my friends that in these hot ones, there's beauty and the beast in the same package.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have one more. Let's give him his hide back. And I have one more, but this last one is non-lethal also. Oh dear Lord. Let's see. I have a. Oh dear Lord. This one is almost pre-molting. But there is our next contestant. There, quite small. Here's my Smeringourus metaensis juvenile. Oh, she's fast. He's gone.
Oh, yeah. They are
Yeah.
very, very fast.
Yeah. And he looks quite chubby, I would say.
Yep.
So I think he's in, oh, where did he go? He's in pre-molt, I guess.
Looks it.
Yeah.
Definitely looks it.
Yeah. I have offered food, but he doesn't want to eat. So I guess he's molting soon.
It's always like quite crazy, really, how fast scorpions actually can be, because you don't
As you can
really expect it, and then
Yeah.
boom, they're gone.
Yep. Now he is in there. I also
But the Grangini that I set up the other day, my God, they are rapid. So
they are
quick.
very fast. Yeah.
So quick.
I could show, if you forgive me, I put the camera down for a moment, and I could show you one more. If you give me a second.
Yeah, no worries, Graham. We'll be staying on till probably about 10.
Yeah, just a second. I take the bigger enclosure from the shelf.
No worries. Take time.
This
We've got
one is
7
one of
minutes
my.
till 9 o'clock. So Chris may be joining us at 9. If he does, he will come on with some horrendous words, no doubt.
This fella is one of my prides. That one, my friends, is hot Parabutus villosus, natural hybrid black.
Stunning.
He is an absolute beauty.
That could ruin your day.
Yeah, that tail, that stinger.
Yeah, one small mistake and that's going to ruin your day very, very fast.
Yeah, that would ruin my day very fast. And he is also very fast. But yeah, few of my collection. I also have Parabutus transvalicus, Leiurus somalicus, and Androdoctonus australis and Androdoctonus conetti, but I don't want to disturb them because they are so close to molt.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Some of my stuff.
You got restrictions in Finland on other dangerous animals, or
No, we don't have any restrictions.
so you can keep any of the snakes, any of the spiders, any of the scorpions without.
More or less, yeah. Until some idiot blows everything.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean.
Is it the roaches you can't keep in the flats? Is it?
I live in an apartment, and I have these quite big boxes, these with a lockable lid. So yeah, I can keep them here if you mean that one. No restrictions at all. Until some fool blows up everything.
Yeah, as per normal.
Is that a Tron sticker? Oh no. I thought that was a Tron sticker.
What? This one? This is my tongue. But yeah. Yeah. Heterometrus lauticus, indeed. My oldest one at the moment. The others are quite young still. But yeah. No, yeah. I talked with the local pet store owner and we talk about these hot ones. and we agreed that you have to be so very, very careful with these hot ones. It doesn't need but only one mistake, and the restrictions are on.
See, we got too many idiots in England. They'd be
Don't
they'd be
worry,
handling
they can be found in
they'd be
Finland
getting them
too.
out and handling them on TikTok and all sorts.
Yeah, don't worry, they can be found in Finland too.
Yeah.
Yeah. One idiot messes everything, and that's it. So
There's a
every
German lad I used to talk to, and he used to handle all his Black Widows and all sorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what are you doing? We ended up getting bit by one, and he said basically that the pain wasn't as bad as he thought, but then he felt sick, like physically sick for 2 weeks afterwards.
But they can induce necrosis. It can induce necrosis depending on your health. If you're diabetic,
You're knackered.
Well, what time is it?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy.
By the way, I have a pair of those Meringurus mesienses, which I'm gonna breed when they are adult.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, those were my scorpions, and hopefully people liked what they saw.
We did indeed. Thank you very much, Finn, for sharing.
Yeah, appreciate it, dude.
More than welcome.
It was very nice.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, but I'm out from the studio and continue watching.
Yeah. Okay.
Appreciate you supporting all the way from Finland,
so to speak.
Much appreciated, dude.
Yeah, it's nice seeing people from like various different parts of the world partake in the UK side as well. It's really nice. No, Scott. No. No.
There we go.
Thank you.
Hi, Amy again. Amy, I was thinking about you today actually because I've got your slapjack sticker on my windscreen thing in the van, and as I pulled it down, it's there. Dan says, "Dude, oh, I'm so jealous. Would love each of those species." Is there any DWA that you'd keep if you could, if they weren't DWA, Link?
Not invert. Not invert. No. There is DWA species that I would keep, but not.
Eyelash viper.
Huh?
Eyelash viper.
No. I would 100% have some kind of croc or alligator. 100%. There was quite a few things on the DWA list that I was looking at. I was like, oh my God, I could have that. Oh my God, I could have that. And then I was told no. So I haven't got them. I haven't got my DWA. But maybe one day I will, because my garden is the size of like a field because I'm in the countryside. So quite technically, I could dig up half of it, make it into a big swamp, and just have my crocs just chilling in the sun outside with like a great big unit, like a shipping container that's insulated right out, that leads them into a heated area. But that I'm talking, this is in years to come, not right now.
Graham says, I imagine any boy could become necrotic if you end up with an infection or a reaction. Got a point?
It could, yeah. The bacteria surrounding, yeah, it could. But there is toxin peptides in some spider venom in their poison glands, which go right back, and they actually target specific things of the human anatomy. Like, for example, I was talking about this in your group chat earlier today, and Jeremy said one species of this genus of
It's got my name on that chat. It's our chat. It's everybody's chat.
Yeah, I know, but it's called Scott's inverts.
Yeah.
So be quiet. But there is one species of funnel web which does actually puncture. When it punctures you, it has given a bad rap for the rest of the species under that genus. But when this one bites, it actually attacks the human muscles and nervous system specifically, and it will shut down. It will shut down all of your respiratory organs within minutes.
Muscles are heart.
Yeah, and
the heart muscle.
Your heart rate will increase rapidly, like it's going to burst out of your chest. Your respiratory system will shut down. It will start making you really delusional. It will make you black out. It will paralyze you. Yeah, it's the Sydney funnel web. But with a dog, a cat, or a rabbit, dogs, cats, and rabbits are pretty much immune to the bite. So it makes you question, at what stage during history were we the predators, where they've had to adapt themselves to make sure that it can take down a human?
That doesn't surprise me too much, because when it comes to dogs and cats, when vets operate on them, they don't have to have a face mask on, do they? Or anything like that. So the bacteria and the pathogens are not transferred from us to them.
I actually shared the extract that I read it in the scientific paper of everything I've just said. I shared it in the group.
I did read it.
Huh? You did read it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a small paragraph. I was quite like,
I did share it. Wow, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Graham would say Cuvier's dwarf caiman. Hey Jackie. Hey Ellie. She just says no.
Hello.
Phil's kept Brazilian wandering spiders, black widows, Chilean brown recluse when he had his DWA. There was a lad who I used to have on actually on TikTok, and he got himself a dwarf caiman, and he was like, "Yeah, we do this, we do that, we do the other." And it was a pet shop owner that I knew that used to come on as well, and he basically looked into it, and this lad hadn't got his DWA license.
But he got fined nice amounts.
I don't think he's even on TikTok, let alone keeping animals anymore.
Wow.
He was a nice lad.
Play silly games, you get silly prizes.
Yeah, and it's 9 o'clock, so we can swear. So fuck about, find out. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. I wonder if have they actually got the power? Let's say if you've got, I don't know, 500 spiders, you've got 3 cats, 20 dogs, and 1 Sydney funnel web spider, and you get caught. Would you have the whole lot taken off you, and then you're not allowed to keep animals full stop again?
No idea.
Because they don't. Because the RSPCA and that don't seem to give a shit about spiders and fish, but when it comes to mammals, obviously they do.
But if they did their research, they would know that the spiders and the dogs and the cats are pretty much immune to the bite, so they're not actually in danger.
No, like the keeper. Would the keeper then lose all access to animals?
You just said, like, would they all go because the RSPCA would care about the mammals? But if the RSPCA did their research, they would know that the dogs and cats would be absolutely pretty much fine. It's the human that's in danger.
I meant like in general. So if somebody's mistreating a dog, they're all over it. But if somebody's mistreating a fish, they don't care.
I have no idea. No idea. Fish are seen as food, though, aren't they? They're just seen as ornamental or food. They're not seen as anything else.
Every animal is eaten somewhere.
Yeah, but not in UK. I mean, Crikey,
No,
you eat something different in the UK and they're like, oh, I wouldn't eat that. But then you go to a different continent and they're like, they don't eat lamb or they don't eat cow. But over here we do, so it's okay. But over there, it's not okay to eat whatever they eat in replacement of lamb or cow.
and it's not even double standards, because that's just culture. It's just how you brought up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. Phil says, I would love a Sydney funnel web again in the collection. Dan says, SSPCA, I'll just pretend I know who they are. Oh, the Scottish Society for the Protection of Cruelty to Animals have reported that most DWA species in Scotland are kept without a DWA. Like over 60%.
Oh, 60%. Oh, I see. It's in two different places.
Finn says, have I understood correctly that for every venomous species you have to have a permit? No.
No,
You need the license to keep the venomous animals, but then you have to inform them of each individual species every single time.
No, that's wrong again, because most tarantulas are venomous. It's the DWA species that you have to have license for. You think of a sand spider, Scott, six-eyed sand spider, you don't need DWA for that.
No.
Gracilis, you don't need DWA, and that's venomous.
I said, like, the DWA, yes, you do need one license, but then you need to inform them of each individual DWA species. You do have to tell them.
Yeah.
I think it's changed for Tim, because Tim does all the refuge.
Yeah, it's just the way Finn wrote it. He said, understood correctly, for that every venomous species you have to have a permit to keep. Not every venomous species. It's specifically to DWA register.
Yeah.
Of the UK. Because you've got like Hottentotter over there, or wherever Trond is. Where's Trond? He's somewhere.
He's not. I haven't seen him.
No, where is he from? Norway.
Norway, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got Hottentotter and he doesn't need a DWA, but over here you do. So
Andy says, not sure you're right, Scott. RSPCA have a massive campaign to ban goldfish in fun fairs that was kick-started and thrown about by the public before the RSPCA. And so the pressure was already there for that to start to happen. Dan says, fish have only been added to welfare legislation in the last 20 years. Octopus within the last 5. I'd have thought that would have been one of the first. I think invertebrates aren't under any welfare considerations unless they're in the wild. Unless they are wild.
It's only since they've like really seen how intelligent octopuses are. They were just food, weren't they? They were just coming in as crustacean, like same as a crustacean.
I mean, there is fish
crustaceans. I'm saying they were coming in as food like a crab.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Hmm.
But I mean, there is fish that are bought and sold in the pet trade that should be on a not a DWA license as such, but some sort of license, because like red tail catfish, you buy them this size for like 30 quid and they can grow up to like 6.5, 7 foot.
Mm.
Rarely they do that in the home, but they do get to 4 foot in the home.
Mm.
So you should have some sort of check that you've got appropriate space and tanks ready for a fish that's going to grow that size. I have seen like complex, I think again, sold this size and they can grow up to 12 inches. So what's common with them is for people to leave them in a small tank and then they get literally that their whole body comes down and then it will turn off to the side and they'll never be straight again.
I think things need to be insured before things are sold to people. Like me personally, this is only me and me personally, I can only speak for. No one else, not Kristen Lingzer on wheels, just me, as in. I pretty much only concentrate on my Asian fossorials, and when I breed them and I get successful breedings and I sell the offspring as surplus when I want to keep half and then I want to sell the rest, I won't I will like ask questions. So I'll make sure that you know what you're taking off me before. I mean, Dominican purples I let go because they're new worlds and most people know how to treat a new world, and you know, Dominican purple are quite common. So Jackie's got my Dominican purple. I know Jackie knows what she's doing with Basorial, so she's got one of my Colsop babies as well. So, but like, if I don't know you and I don't know you're practicing and I don't know how you're keeping your spiders, then I will ask you questions.
For me, that shows a seller that's not out there for profit, but actually wants to make a difference with the hobby.
I would rather keep all of my spiders and all of the babies and be inundated with work of keeping them and raising them than let them go to homes that are not educated on them at all, personally. But that's me.
This is the thing. People will sell a snake online, and then the first thing they do is, "Can you send me a picture of the setup?"
No.
Before I let it go.
I want to see your setup before you, or I want you to tell me what you're going to be doing, or I want to see an already set up Basorial of a different genus or species first. Me personally.
And that's no offense to anybody coming up to Ling and saying, "I want to buy this and want to buy that." That's full credit to Ling, by the way.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing it. I will. I don't feel like if I don't feel comfortable with you having a certain genus or species of what I have, it's mine, then I will talk to you about something that maybe will bring you up to that stage. Say something one down, and then I'll talk to you about that, and then see how we go. Maybe.
Andy says, "Wish all breeders were like that." Jackie says, "I have 2 of them from you, and I got another one last year." Dan's made a very interesting point. Clan of Critters. If you're not subscribed to Dan Clan of Critters, drop him a follow. Lovely bloke. Extremely, as you can probably tell by the comment, extremely knowledgeable. DWA is a scam. It's written by legislators who don't have any background in zoology or biology. It's done on hyperbolic public opinion, which is correct, because with Scorpion genus, there's certain ones in the genus that are highly venomous, and there's other ones that shouldn't be on the DWA because they're not going to do shit. But that's all. It's the same. That's the same in every area of life. Every area of life where there's legislations are generally done by people that haven't walked the walk, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to stop the ADHD brain by going off on the right tangent and all that.
I just yeah, I'm quite particular. I am very particular on my own stuff. Completely. I mean, if you was to buy it from someone else and then come over to me and go, "Look, I've just bought this. Can you help me with husbandry and setup?" I will help you with the husbandry and setup, but it's not my spider that you bought.
To the point where Ling will take you around the show and pick out a spider and get the enclosure and the substrate and the hide and set it all up for you at the show.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've actually done that twice. I did that at a different show as well. I did it for an Old World. I put it in there for them because they weren't confident that they would get it in there.
And to be fair, like, you think, "Oh, you can't do that, you know, I'd feel so embarrassed, blah, 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 blah." But the person you were doing it for had such a laugh while it was happening. He was so happy.
Yeah.
It's honestly, never think, "Oh, I feel embarrassed." Just come and ask.
A lot of people would judge on the enclosure choice that they chose to put their juvenile Brachypelma in, but in actual fact, it's actually beneficial for them to put it in at that size, even though a lot of people say juvie should be in a smaller enclosure and then you should move them up. Why? In the wild, there is no limit to where they are or where they go. So if you were to put a juvenile straight into their adult enclosure, what is the difference between moving it up and wasting your time? So what they did was they bought an adult enclosure, so it's forever home. I put the juvie in that's set up for life. never has to rehouse that. And then they went and bought another juvenile, which they did put in a smaller enclosure, so they can then learn to rehouse up the stages with that one. So he's got best of both worlds here. So he can watch this one, its behavior, its natural behavior, how it's going to live, how it grows, not really need to touch it. And this one, he can move up with it and get the other side of the experience. And I think that's really good.
It's a lot of people out there will say, "Oh yeah, you have them in a tinier enclosure so that they can find their food." But that in my head is just like you're chatting absolute bullshit, because you know where your spider is, so drop the food in front of it.
It's not just that.
Yeah.
Face with somebody who's new and who's a beginner and it's their first ever spider, and they don't know to take the food out, the prey out, and their spider, and they don't know that their spider's in the apolysis stage, which is the pre-molt stage, and then their spider enters ecdysis, and then that prey item still in there, and that prey item then kills their spider whilst going through ecdysis because it's in a smaller space. The spider doesn't have the ability to close off an area, and the prey item doesn't have the ability to move away. Whereas if it's in the larger enclosure to begin with, the prey item can sort of fuck off, and the spider is a bit more safer. It has a bit more of a chance to sclerotize before it can see that there's a prey item walking around outside its burrow. Sorry. Sorry. Or did I interrupt you, Scott? Because Jackie's saying don't even try and talk. Sorry.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who's being told off. Am I being told off? I don't know. It's Jackie. Jackie tells us off.
I don't know. I think Jackie just like told you off. I don't know. Just some 90s kid says in the 90s in Cardiff there was a man who kept a crocodile under a metal grid in his back garden. We also knew a woman who kept a chimpanzee in a cage in their kitchen. That's what it was like. But I mean, when we spoke to Dave's Little Beasties, when he's come on alive with his age, he said like years and years ago you could keep anything, anytime, anywhere, however you wanted. So really, it's probably a good thing that we've started looking on how people keep certain animals, like authorities and things. So we've got better care for them now.
Well, I mean, there is people that kind of keep their spiders pretty much the same. And they have their ambient temperature, room temperature, staying at 26 degrees or 25 degrees most of the time. But if you actually look, I know everyone wants these pretty species. Everyone wants a pretty genus. Poecilotheria. Everyone loves a pokey. But they're keeping their pokey on the top shelf in a 25-degree ambient room. But are they actually looking at the location of where this particular species of Poecilotheria is from?
Goes up to 30 degrees.
Temperature, which goes up to 30 degrees with a drop of 25 degrees. Are you keeping that specific species at a nighttime rate at a low temperature for like the daytime? Because there is a high and a low period. And then you've also got the monsoon periods, which is where the humidity rises because the air is so, dense. No one really thinks about that. But then they'll have their pokies, and then they'll have their terrestrial in the same room as the ambient temperature of 25, whereas Theraphosis sturmi has been found in the wild to live in heats of up to 30 degrees. So they're also hot and top end. And then you've got Chila brachius, which is also hot and top end. But then you have, the more cooler species, Brachiopalmas. So they'll be coming right down lower, and they'll be living at the ambient temperature of what you've got your room. So I have three rooms. I have a medium room, and then I have a cool room. And depending on what I'm doing, the enclosures will sort of circulate on depending on what I need to do with regards to conditioning or seasonal changes.
How many rooms you got in your house?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rooms plus a concrete outbuilding, and
the kitchen and the toilet.
Yeah.
I think with my room, and because it's just the one, because as you all know, it's a shed. It's a temperature gradient that I'll try for. So I've got the heater right far down one end, and then I've got the temperature sensor. So if you move it around the room, you can see where the temperature is. But the key thing is you can move it around the room, but at 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening, where that temperature is, it might be 30 degrees. But in the morning, it could be 24, it could be 25 when the heater comes on and off. I think it's really important to put a temperature gauge in whatever shower foot area of the room it is, and then monitor it over a 24-hour period to see what the stable temperature actually is. Because right above the radiator, it's like, 30 to 32. In the summer, 34, 35.
There's just a lot of things that people they overlook. And then they go, what has happened? Why isn't my spider doing this? Or why isn't my spider doing that? Or why am I not successful in this? Or what? And there's just so many different answers that can be given, but because they're not extensively researching, they're just going by what the general thing to do is. Yeah.
Back in the day, just we missed loads of comments. Do apologise. Back in the day, you could keep large cats and were under no legal obligation to report an escape if it was in the wild. One of teachers, squirrel monkeys in the 80s. When you're talking about classification, this is where ecological niche classification is really important. Says Dan. Ling Mansion, says Andy. Biological species are, or what's PHY? Is that F? Is that pronounced as F or psi?
Phylogenetic.
Phylogenetic species. Claire, that's what Dan says. Claire says, I really want a peacock spider, but only native to Australia. It's illegal to import them, but they are in the UK. Keep that finger in the send button by mistake.
You know what, Dan? We didn't actually speak to each other at Glasgow show. I saw you walking around with a camera, but I didn't actually get to say hi because I was also walking around with a camera.
That's probably a good thing, because if you pair got together, that would have been you pair done for a couple of hours and you would have missed the whole show.
Well, I mean, Dan was doing the Invert Shows traders side and I was doing the Invert Shows everything else, running around, because I kind of get up in people's faces.
No. Yeah. So
I embarrass people. That's my job. I come and embarrass you. But what you don't know is that I'm embarrassed myself.
I got told no for an interview.
What do you mean?
Well, one of the traders. Mantis Mate. I asked them and they were like, oh, no. I was like, okay, see you later.
Yeah, no, they don't like it. Yeah,
which is fair enough.
Well, Dan, I was watching you, but I don't think I caught you in any of my footage. But yeah, I might. So Scott normally does the traders interviews, and Scott kind of gets a scope of the whole show, and then my job is
long format.
Yeah, and then my job is to pick out all the little crazy bits and kind of blur them all together and make a little compilement of everyone embarrassed and trying to talk and being shoved in on the spot with my camera in their face.
Which is really cool because both sides of that, it's two different aspects of every single show.
Yeah.
Plus, I prefer the long content. I like to sit down and like spend an hour on editing and making it nice and long and all the rest of it.
I would say,
and then Ling likes to do the short stuff like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I'd say yours is more like LinkedIn professional side, and my side is more like,
hey,
the fuck is going on?
Louise, thank you very much. Louise has just become a channel member up to. Thank you very much, appreciated. You do get 15% off over at Spar Spiders. You just need to email. I think it's sparspiders at Gmail. I think. I'll double check. But I'd send. But if you go onto the website, you can just email him. But I will be sending Luke a list of the channel members probably towards the end of the month. Hannah says, how did the episode with the thieves play out?
Oh no!
Oh,
How
that
did
woman.
you lose that? What happened?
So,
The
Book
thieves
not put
played
the picture out. I thought this has got to go everywhere because it's not just the invert shows that are affected. It's every single show. People have stole stuff. And I've been going to the shows for 8-9 years now, and you always hear of something or something being stolen. So now there's that many cameras at every single show. You know, if there is a thief, you will be on camera and you will be splattered all over the internet. And good luck to you.
Yeah.
And if there's one at Coventry and you live in Coventry, good luck to you. Dan says, don't know if Scott told you, but I lost most of the footage for the show. Luckily, I was using 2 memory cards, so the stuff that went up was stuff I was originally going to use for his own channel.
Yeah, but how did you lose it?
It got corrupt. He was heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken. He had some wicked interviews on there and all sorts. It happens. It absolutely happens. That's why I do all mine on my phone now. Not on my camera. I very rarely use my camera because of that reason. Claire says, I'm colourblind and it's orange.
Why
What
are
level
you so
is red?
quietly? You sound like a robot.
Internet.
Oh.
Internet.
Well, that's gutting. See, I don't take my DLSR because I'm frightened that something will go wrong. So I just do it all on my phone and I save it straight to whatever thing I'm going to use it on. And then I save it as a draft so it doesn't go anywhere.
So mine's not DSLR, it's mirrorless. But if I took it to a show, dropped it, I would be
mortified.
Oh, beyond words. I couldn't afford to buy it again.
See,
and I took it to a couple of shows and done some videos on it, and I was just like, I got bagged for it and everything specifically to take 2 shows, and I was just like, I'd end up with it in my hand while I was talking to people and stuff like that, and I almost dropped it a few times, and I was just like, no. I mean, I've probably had it about 4 years now, but when my nan passed away, I got a little bit inheritance. She passed away probably about 10 years ago, but the inheritance, basically my mum just gave me and my brother a bit of cash. So with that, I bought that camera. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, I don't really want to take it to a show, drop it, destroy it, and then that's that legacy gone.
Yeah. See, I just don't want to take my camera. I don't want to take anything with me because you can bet your bottom fucking dollar I will forget it somewhere. I nearly left a crab in a service station hotel, travel lodge. I bought 3 rainbow crabs from Peterborough show, and they're quite big. They're like that big, right?
Yeah,
they're in this glass tubs, and I stacked them on top of each other with the rest of the stock in my hotel room, and I fell asleep. And around about 3 in the morning, I heard like a clunky noise, and I just assumed it was just their claws clacking against the sides of the bra glass. There's no way a crab can get out of a fossorial tub. Like, there's no way this crab can climb up a slick fossorial tub, right? The lid was on. 5:30 in the morning, I get up, I go and have a wee, I come out, I check all the stock, make sure everyone's still closed. All the lids were on. There was no sign of any lid being opened or popped or anything. Bent down underneath, like, you know, in travel lodges, they've got like those desks with the TV on. I had my boots underneath there and it's dark. I've got the curtains still closed. I put my hand down to pick up my Dr. Martin and I got fucking pinched, really pissing hard by this fucking crab, right? I've shit my pants because I can't see anything in the dark. So I've stepped back, flicked on the light, and my crab is just like siding away from me. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm like opening everyone up, trying to make sure I've got all my crabs, all my spiders. Imagine that. Imagine a cleaner going in after me to clean the room and a fucking crab is just on the M6 in a service station. Just scooting along in a room.
I can do better than that, and it's an absolute shocker. Now, I'm not going to mention the show because I think it's unfair, but there were snakes that were left in a hotel. Like,
There was what?
snakes left in a hotel in their rugs, just like left.
What the fuck? Not by
Yes.
you.
No, of course not by me. No.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
And if you think about it, the invert shows, they don't allow reptiles.
no. Fucking the crab, I don't know how it climbed up a smooth surface out of a fossorial tub and then fucking just pissed off through the room. What if it climbed up the bed and like pinched my face? I would shit my pants. Yeah, no. Yeah, I have crabs and they do pinch. And they're big.
Imagine it got hold of your faff or your nipple in the middle of the night.
I'm telling you now, the crab would have been power punched. It would have been untempted. Like, I'm surprised it didn't turn into tempura when it pinched me because I proper shit my pants. I was just like,
why are a crab just come flying out of Ling's window?
5:30 in the morning, getting ready to drive 6 hours back home, and I was just like really groggy, and I was like, "What the fuck? This crab just siding away from me." When I tried to get it in the tub, it's strong as fuck. It was like, nope. It took me half an hour to get it in the tub. It just kept fucking off. I was like, I can't deal with this. I was using my boot to scoop it in.
Hey, Claire.
Hi.
And then in the car on the ride home, when I was driving home, I don't stop. So when I start, I don't stop for any breaks. I just get home. And I heard another clunk and I thought, oh my God, this crab is loose in my car. And I have 3 of them. And it was a nightmare. But it wasn't. It wasn't loose. It was good. I got them all home.
I only stop in the car if I need a wee.
No, I won't stop. I'll just keep going. I'll hold it.
And if I'm on the motorway and there's a service station, I get pissed off because I know I'm going to be in there ages.
Chris didn't put the lids on cockroaches, on the hisser roaches on the way back from Glasgow properly, right? When he was checking them. We're driving back in the dark. It's pitch black, 0 visibility through the rain. And this fucking giant Madagascan hisser roach is just walking along the dashboard, like having a little fucking outage. I don't like
Hissers are bastards, though. Hissers are bastards because you could put them in a escape-proof tub, yet 20 of the babies will come running out at you somewhere.
They make me heave. I literally urge when they touch me. I can't stand the way they feel on me at all. And he traumatized me because he pretended to chuck one at me and it freaked me out. So this fucking thing is just long. And all I heard was Chris go, don't freak out. Don't freak out. But I was like, what is it? What is it? And he was like, there is a cockroach walking towards you on the dash. And I was like, I couldn't get it off. I couldn't do anything. I just trapped in this chair. Horrible things. Yeah. I'm not scared of them. I just don't like them touching me. Make me it makes me proper wretch.
I think it would be freaky if it was centipedes or earwig.
No, I'm gonna be fine with that. It's fine. The fucking roach is what freaks me out because they don't. You can shake like a fucking vibrator, and that roach will not fall off you.
If it was an earwig, I'd be out the car at 70 mile an hour. Wouldn't think twice.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Centipede, not too bothered about, but an earwig, I'd be gone. Like when Jeremy bought their fucking giant things. What the fuck?
I have a new washing machine that was delivered today by AO, and when they came in, I went, "Now stop!" And they both stopped. These 2 blokes both stopped, and I went, "Before you start," I said, "and before you pull anything out," I said, "Not long ago, I had a lot of giant cockroaches escape out of a tub that I brought home from where I work." And they were like, right. And I went, so there might be 1 or 2 behind there. and they pulled out my dishwasher, and one crawled over his hand, and you've never seen a grown man scream and run out my house. They had to come back in and wire up my washing machine for me, and I was like, it's fine, I've given it to a spider. And they were like, what, you've got spiders? And I went, well, what do you think the roach is for? I don't just keep roaches. It was just, it was quite funny today. Although it's now made me paranoid to think that there's more history roaches that have escaped. I hate earwigs, and I don't like vinegaroons either because they look a lot like earwigs.
Damn. Oh no, I love vinegaroons.
They look like earwigs, just without the pins. They've got a fucking
they don't.
Stupid tail.
They look like scorpions if they'd walked through Hiroshima.
They are actually those, and whip scorpions and segmented trapdoors and segmented spiders. Dan will agree with me, is like quite close to how they looked way back when. Yeah, when they had tails, they dropped their tails. So some of them that have still got the segmented opisthomas is very close to how they would look to begin with.
I do like tails whips.
They all had tails. Spiders had tails once upon a time. They dropped them and their subjects took precedence because they were just pointless. Amazing, isn't it?
Oh, we had tails.
When you said spiders had tails, for some reason the alien hatchlings kind of came to mind.
Yeah, face huggers.
Well, a lot of alien type creatures and a lot of horror creatures that people draw, if you look at them in detail, you'll recognise something from history within them.
Yeah.
Because our imaginations, although we think our imaginations are absolutely amazing, a lot of our imagination is taken from what we've previously seen.
Subliminal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they do like depict a lot of things from historical findings. Although the new Jurassic World, if you haven't seen that, well,
have they got feathers?
I don't know where they got a fucking oh fuck me, what's the alien called? What is an alien called? What is it called? What is alien called?
It's called Alien.
No.
There's Alien, and then you've got Predator as well.
No. What is the alien, the scientific name for that alien? Oh, fuck me.
Well, the made-up scientific name. Hold on.
A xenomorph. So where the fuck did they get a xenomorph from to crossbreed it with a dinosaur to make whatever the fuck that was? Thank you, chatters. Yes, there is arguments to a new suborder called yes, Dan. See, yes,
there's arguments to open a new suborder called Primiforma to bracket in some of the arachnids without messing up the what's that one?
Polygyny. But
Polygyny.
There is so many that are missing off of the orders because people just can't be bothered, or there is no funding, or there's nothing that they just can't be bothered to add them all. So there are so many things that's missing off of there that people don't even know about, which should be there as well. There's just no money in it, and that's why they don't do it. But there is a lot of cool stuff out there that a lot of hobbyists don't know about. And people, super geeks like me and Dan, super geeks. But yeah, where the fuck did they get a xenomorph from in Jurassic World?
Don't know.
Now, if they
maybe it's AI.
If they're messing around with genetics, and they're obviously genetically created one.
No, because if they had taken something from the Jurassic period and the Cretaceous period and then created something crazy, that would have been a bit more believable of what they've done with.
You know, it's not real life, don't you? It's a film.
Oh, I know, but it's supposed to be that they've taken DNA from amber and then they've done this and done that and done that. But then the last one, they've brought out a fucking xenomorph, had sex with this and that. And no, not had sex, but like cross DNA'd. Just mental. We are reading chat. I am reading chat. What up?
Huh? Jackie, how are we not reading chat? One of those moths that bounce around your bathroom. I fucking hate them. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Shalom. Graham says, Ling said the delivery man before you pull everything out. He's a dirty pervert, isn't he, Graham?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
He's pervert.
I don't know. What
HR Geiger drew the xenomorphs, but aliens. Yeah, I think that was in the late 80s, if I remember. I think HR Geiger, isn't he dead now?
Yeah, he might have drew them, Jackie, but where the fuck does Jurassic World get a fucking xenomorph from if they're an alien?
He also did a famous painting of a woman blowing out the back of her head with a shotgun, which was actually, he drew that after his wife blew off her own head with a shotgun. Hey, Nameless, how's it going, dude? Dan said I had a zebra danio that I ordered from a lab that had several species of crustaceans DNA in it. Didn't look any different to the other danios, but it was cool to have around. Well, this is where the whole, science thing comes in, because science can then take that and look at the DNA and check it all out. And I think it's Tim was saying with the scorpions, I suppose it's saying with some spiders, that the differences come down to like microscopic level, which is mind blowing.
No, they didn't, Jackie. They didn't answer where a xenomorph came from in Jurassic. What I mean is, there is no xenomorph in history that we have discovered as humans, like we've discovered the Tyrannosaurus Rex or the fucking Megalodon and shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Where can you get a xenomorph from to cross the DNA to create this?
How can you get the DNA from an animal that's never existed?
Yeah. Something that never existed in history.
Dan Allen says, would you be able to send further information on the Danio? Alan is similar to Dan and Ling, but we're in the fish world. Very, very intelligent man when it comes to fish. Very, very intelligent man. If you watch the Wharf Aquatics video when we went there, that's where Alan was.
Alan! Sorry, Alan, I'm saying it. I haven't actually done a live in a long time, actually.
Check out my spider lights.
I haven't done.
They're actually spiders.
I thought they were Christmas tree lights.
No, they're spider lights.
Ooh. Ah. They're pretty.
Yeah. And I got them off of that Temu.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. They do loads of like spider merchandise and stuff on there.
Oh.
Everywhere's going to be doing it now. Halloween's coming up.
I got these like a year ago.
There is.
Yeah.
We haven't. I don't think there's anything in the Natural History Museum that's got papers on a xenomorph.
Maybe it's just
No, because they don't exist.
Yeah, but Dangerous said, how do you know that they've never existed? Well, I don't know that they've never existed, but we haven't got any fucking evidence to say that they're...
That is true, because you can't say they don't exist, because somewhere in the universe they might possibly exist.
Possibly, like 30 miles underground, there could have been like some kind of...
But next to the mole people.
Of xenomorph. Yeah. You have to dig further down than the fucking terracotta army.
If you look at a xenomorph, right, like the Queen, let's look at the Queen from Aliens. how the fuck can that thing make a spaceship?
Yeah.
It's just not
I
real.
know Predator moved a few of them and all the rest of it, but the fuck have you done to your hair now?
I'm just
Right,
ready for.
right.
I'm just ready for Louise now. I'm ready.
It's like I remember Ling saying to you that Ling went, I cut all my hair off when I damaged it all, right? So you damaged all yours, and the idea was to cut it off and let it all grow back nice and healthy. So why the
Natural.
fuck do you keep dyeing it?
I use semi-permanent crazy colour.
Yeah, it's crazy, all right.
Does it not dry out your hair?
No.
I haven't dyed my hair in ages. I've got grey hair. I need to dye my hair before Coventry. I need to get rid of my greys and show me age.
Don't get rid of the greys. Keep them.
No,
I like the greys. I do. I'll keep in mind in a bit.
yeah, but you're ginger. They just go white. My hair goes grey. Ginger people
What?
go white.
You have just turned what? 52.
Shush.
The Asian gene.
Not yet. I've still got
2 years.
okay. I've still got 4 more days.
So Ling's birthday in 4 days, Louise. 4 days.
Mm.
Bloody hell.
Remind me to remind you.
I'm not going to
4
be
days.
online. I'm not going to be online. I'm going to completely shut myself off of social media and all online business for 3 days.
Oh, the day after still counts. Rob says on grey, so I shave it off. Dan says my only goal was having hair long enough for it to go grey. I missed the posts on that one. Same dude. I had long hair, right? And I thought, wicked, when I'm older, I'll just look like Gandalf. And then it started disappearing here. So I had it cut in all sorts of styles to make it look like I hadn't lost my hair here. And in the end, we had the mohawk, and then I was like, fuck it, it's coming off.
That's a common thing with men. Their hairline recedes and then they end up going bald. My other half, he's got long hair, but his hair is receded so much that his hair starts back here.
Shave it off.
Claire attacking the men's hairline here.
It's true.
The only thing that I would say with hair, I cut mine long before I got to that stage, but it just receded this bit here. But I wish I'd kept the long hair at the very back, so I could have a couple of dreadlocks coming out of the back of my head and then shave the rest off.
Like a eunuch.
Yeah.
See, some men just naturally have receded bits here from like a really young age. My 8-year-old, I pushed his hair back. He's got full-on receded bits, but his hair is so thick and dark, and it actually just covers it. But
I've got friends that started losing their hair when they were like 15, 16. And I've got another friend of mine who's been fully grey from the age of 16.
he won't lose his hair. He's got thick Asian hair. All my kids have got really thick Asian hair like mine, which I get dreadlocks a lot back because it's so thick.
Mine was exceptionally thick as a child.
You are thick. Where are we going, Louise?
Louise, don't play music because
That's not me.
it's copyrighted.
Where are we
It's
going?
safe on YouTube. My son's on YouTube.
Yeah, but still, it can be copyrighted because if another channel made it themselves.
Follow him down.
Where are we going? See what I mean?
Actually,
Ready for Louise.
I've been given permission to use a rock band's music on my videos, and they are gaining in popularity massively.
What rock band is that?
I have to do the video, put it out there, then send them the link, and it don't really work because I've done it before, where you send the link to prove it's not copyrighted, but it's still still goes against you. It's not a strike, but it's still there. It still says, no, you're not allowed to do that. It's called male pattern baldness, or is that something I've just made up? No, that is. Xenomorph in Jurassic World could have been an Easter egg from the producer, a nod to the Alien films.
Easter egg.
Yeah, so
Did you say
like,
Easter egg?
yeah, so this it's a slang term. So you put an Easter egg in a film, something that like the average viewer is going to notice or even know about, but then people that have watched a different film from somewhere else will go, "That's a reference to that film." You put them in computer games, like to get a funky ending, you've got to do certain things within the computer game, and then you get the funky ending instead of the normal ending, and that's like called an Easter egg. You see, Easter eggs are in films and video games.
I'm going for
When
a
you
wee.
said Easter egg, then I was thinking of Easter egg as in a chocolate Easter
Oh,
egg.
where are you going, Ling? Ling's going for a wee, so she also has the
Going
bladder
for
of
a
a
wee.
90-year-old. Bladder of a 90-year-old.
No, because I didn't go for a wee within 30 seconds of going live.
Yeah. Got to drink like 3 litres of water a day, plus all the coffee and all the other stuff that don't count as fluid. Constantly flushing the body out. Apparently, it's good for you. Yeah, we'll give it till 10 o'clock, so another 7-10 minutes, and then I'm going to disappear. I've got to get up extra early tomorrow.
Yeah. And me.
My mate who I'd normally train with at the gym, I'll pick him up on a Wednesday and then drop him at the train station because he has to go into his workplace on a Wednesday. And he's paralegal, so he has to get the train and all that.
Yeah.
So it just saves time instead of him getting his missus up and then his missus dropping down and then him having to walk round to the train station at about 7:30. We can literally, about 7:15, we can literally leave at 8 o'clock. And he still gets full training at the same time then.
I've been thinking about getting a scorpion.
Do it.
Yeah. I have actually got a scorpion tattoo on my neck. Probably can't see it.
Nope. Oh, yeah.
I've had it for years now. But I'm looking at a beginner one, a beginner scorpion. Don't quite know what species yet, though.
The Asian forest, they're good if you're looking at your collection every 2 or 3 days. Asian forest. If you want something where you feed it and you leave it, then any of the deserts.
Yeah.
The forest scorpions are just like it damp, so you just got to maintain that humidity all the time. But again, moss, brilliant for humidity.
Yeah. Where's Ling gone? Toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And for the humidity, obviously you spray down the whole of the enclosure anyway, but you need to pour water into a corner so that it sinks down the corner of the enclosure, down the corner of the substrate, and then it'll flow through all the substrate. Keep it all nice and damp.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Ling, are you still got any Dominican purple left?
No,
No.
it's sold out all in one day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My three I got from you are doing well.
My cold socks sold out in one day as well. I literally put them on the table and it all went.
Oh wow.
No, I don't have any left. The ones that I put out anyway. I've got some, but I'm not selling them. Growing them. That's what I do. Keep some.
Oh wow.
Scott, what babies have you got? You got any babies?
Not at the moment. Paired OBT never dropped.
I've got a lot of projects going on right now. A lot.
The Nanocaterium, Charium, or whatever. Ended up giving the male to Chris.
The what?
The male.
The what? I love it when
The
you
electric blue.
No, I like it when you say stuff. Every now and then I'll get a message on Scott and say something and it will just make me belly laugh.
Yeah, but you know what spider I'm talking about. It's happy days.
Yeah, I know.
And Andrew Smith said originally that if the other person knows what spider you're talking about, then you pronounce it however you pronounce it.
Oh, I'm glad that it's growing really well, Jeanette. See, I like it when I hear that my spiders are doing good.
It's not your spider, it's Jeanette's.
Right. Okay. I like it when I see other people's spiders doing well.
So I'm not really breeding much this year at all. At the start of the year, I said I didn't really want to breed much, as opposed to sort of rebuild what we lost.
I've got so much shit going on,
and I don't want loads of slings either at the moment.
Yeah. See.
It's just not for me. It's the simplest way I can say it. I've done the slings. I've bred stuff before. It's just not my. It's not my cup of tea. Not.
See, slings aren't great to rear, but I don't mind them. I'm not the biggest fan of slings, but I don't mind them. It is certain species I like watching grow.
Part of the decision for me was it's like adults, juvies, grown on slings are far more manageable than what a collection plus 1,000 tiny babies would be. And I think if you're going to breed spiders, you have to take all that into consideration before you do so.
And you also need to take into consideration of where those babies are going to go.
Like, I've got the room, it's just I haven't got the time with everything else I want to do.
No, as in, are you going to keep the whole sack? What are you going to do with it? Because if you're not a trader or you don't have connections, what are you going to be doing with them? Because me personally, I won't buy from just a random person.
No, I don't know, Mom. I haven't done for years, to be honest.
I won't. I just won't. I won't even. I mean, it could be something that I really want in my collection, or something that I really need, and I still won't.
I mean, there's sellers that like contact me like a week before a show, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
There's too many people breeding for profit rather than welfare or conserving the hobby that are breeding with males that they're not even sure themselves. They're just taking other people's word that is what it is. You can look at Chilobrachys mature males and it is fucking hard to tell the difference between males if you don't know what you're looking for. Same with Ornithoctonus. You look at different males, they all look pretty much the same. Or, you know, you've got to know what you're looking at. There's a lot of things like that, and then that's when you get crossbreeding. For me,
hobby form curly hair, hobby form vegans. Why are they still in the hobby? Why is people still going, oh, it's a good idea to breed them? And then going, oh, you can't crossbreed spiders. But if you're keeping hobby form curly hair, you can't really comment.
It's just not for me at all. I don't.
That's my head. But no, when it comes to, I know Tim identifies a lot for TSS, and Lee's pretty good at identifying when it comes to Scorp, so that's where I go for Scorps. I know Tony is as well over at Venomous Visions. But yeah, it's people that put a lot of their breeding projects, such as yourself, Luke over at Spiders, is the ones I tend to turn to for the spiders when it comes to breeders.
I mean, what I liked, somebody said about the other day, they said that they have a mature male of a certain species, of a certain genus, and they said, I want to see pictures of your female to ensure that it's the right female for this spider before I let this male go. And I like that. I like that they said that.
Did you send the pictures of Curlier?
No, I mean, you'd have to wait for a molt and then prove by spermithia if you're really, like, really sure. If you want in that male, I didn't really want it, but I liked that they said that. I liked what I saw, because then you know what you're dealing with. But then again, a lot of people won't do that again. And it's reversing information that's a lot of people, renowned names, who have put in years and years and years of research and work and herping and going out into the field and coming back and bringing back information for people like us, civilian hobbyists, to then just listen to Chinese whispers, AI Google, and fuck everything up, even though the correct scientific information is right there, accessible.
You can even read it out while you're doing a TikTok live.
Well, yeah.
Pass it off if you want. Jeanette, hobby form is when it's been crossbred in the past and the babies are still around. So hobby form curly hair doesn't exist in the wild. Generally believe that the hobby form was crossed with the vegans at some point.
Say that again, Scott. Sorry, my son came in the kitchen.
I know, it's very rude.
Oh, my kids take priority. What did you say?
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, they do.
Which one was it? Was he the eldest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he caught his fault. He's literally living the dream. Yeah, so just talking about hobby form, and I said the hobby form curly hair is basically not existing in the wild. We've crossbred a curly hair with generally thought to be a mature male vegans at some point, and it's been done quite a few times, and then we've continued that new species in the hobby where it does not exist in the wild. Same with the hobby form vegans that floats about. But this is what Lynn's talking about, is people misidentifying their spiders. Let's say we're talking about curly hair, so let's say you go, oh yeah, I've got a vegans, where really your female is a curly hair, and then you've seen online somebody's got a mature male, and then you buy it and it arrives and you pair them up and then the genes are mixed. But some species are that close in pattern and colorization that you have to go into detail to make sure it's male and female from the same species. Right, Claire.
I was chatting to Martin Lees a while ago, and he was telling me about how he came across T vegans in the wild, and he was telling me what he observed, their behavior and how they lived in their burrows and all sorts. So I then passed on that information to two of my friends who also keep T vegans. One of them I set up their enclosure for them, and the other one set up their enclosure under my instruction. and T. vagans were actually found in the wild living on wall sides. So they're actually like semi-arboreal. And both of my friends that are set up enclosures this way, they're finding that their spiders literally are living like that in captivity. They are going up there and staying there on the wall.
That's crazy.
Whereas everyone else keeps them terrestrial because they just think, oh, it's tillicattle.
I think Martin's exceeded over 100 different species bred.
Martin Leeds is amazing.
Amazing, man.
His herping adventures is just mind blowing. I love them. I love listening to him and reading what he's saying and talking to him.
Chat to him about his early history and his life.
You
Real
know,
nice guy.
I've said to him that he needs to
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't.
Really good.
People come into this hobby and they see traders and they come to shows and they see lots of people and they go ka-ching, and then that's all they think. Oh,
Jeanette says, "My vegans is your house. I'll try this out."
Yeah, so don't do a semi-arboreal like you would a GBB. Get flat pieces of cork bark and put it against the back of your enclosure like a proper wall. Or you can actually buy, if you've got an Exoterra, you can actually buy Exoterra like woodland cork bark wool already for it. Use that and you'll actually find your vegans going up it and just sort of Spider-Manning it.
Just shows you we still know hardly anything about spiders.
Yeah, no, this is what I said like to you before we went live. I was talking to Amy that we call ourselves experienced amateurs and we haven't even blown the dust off of what we can actually learn about spiders and arachnids and inverts, because my 20 years compared to 380 plus million years, it's fuck all. I haven't even dented it. I haven't even taken the top layer of dust off. Not like nothing. Haven't. So I this is what I can't wrap my head around when like people have been keeping for like 1 year and then do educational things.
And get the spiders sponsored.
I'm not going to talk about that though. We're not going to go into that. I'm just going to leave that there.
Boils my piss.
How
anyway,
to educate with only 12 months experience. The amount of the size of your collection does not reflect your knowledge. It does not. I could have 102 dogs of different fucking species, breeds, whatever, and I couldn't tell you fuck all about husky or anything. The only dog I can actually tell you about is a British bulldog and a chihuahua because that's the only dogs I own. That's it. But the rest, they'd just be around me, pissing and shitting. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything. Yeah.
Dan says we've discovered 1.5 and 2 million species of animal. Estimates the total species to exist is between 10 and 200 million species. I think I can't remember the numbers, Dan, but I think when it comes to sand spiders, they're talking in the tens of thousands that we haven't actually discovered yet, as an estimate, which was mind blowing because you think that we've covered every square centimetre of the globe, and nope. But anyway, I am unfortunately going to have to end the live this evening. I do have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. Well, I don't have to, but I plan to.
He's gonna go build his muscles.
Yep, go build the muscles and try and do a bit more CV actually. Get back onto the cardio. Did 30 minutes of it today.
I haven't done anything in weeks because I've been ill. I got post show lurgy.
I've chatted to Dan about the amount of times I go to the gym. I started off going once a week, then I moved it up to twice, then 3 times, then 4, then 5, and now I'm going 6. Sunday's a day off. Saturday is now a cheat day.
No,
because on a Saturday we've done everything. So I'll blast a bit of chest or something, do a bit of arms or something, and then do some CV. But then afterwards, go and have a full English breakfast. But the rest of the time,
My gym is 30 minutes away, so
mine's 10. The previous gym was 10.
no, I really have to feel motivated. I normally do inverted yoga here, but I've just eaten a cookie, so I'll be sick, so I'm not doing it.
It's amazing how many demons you can kill in the gym in the morning. Puts you in a good mood.
Does it? Because I don't like mornings. I work through the night, so I'm a night owl. I will stay awake all night and then half the day, and then sleep for 2 hours, and then go back to work. 15-hour night shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't get up in the morning though. I can't do anything in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I finish my shift. I come home. I have toast. I have to have my toast. If I don't have my toast, I'm going to shit me.
I'll get up out of bed in the morning, and I'm literally out the door within 10 minutes.
No. What about your morning poo?
I'm like, what?
What about your morning poos? How can you do that? How can you get up and just go? Girls have about 4 poos before they have to leave the house. You have your first poo, then you have your rest. You do a bit of your hair, and then you've got to have your second poo. Then you do your hair. Your hair's done now. You go to do your makeup. You might need to go and have another poo. You can't just get up and go. This is what this stresses me out about men. They're like, "Come on, hurry up, let's go, let's go, let's go." It's like, you can't. I've got to do it in stages. Don't just rush me.
I'm like it with everything. Invert shows. 10 minutes before I leave, I'm literally my alarm clock's going off.
No.
Mm.
No. What about your humanly functions? Where do they happen?
Have a wash, have a pee, get dressed, and go.
No.
Take a protein shake on the way. Keep one in the car for midday. Job done. Have a coffee on the way. What more do you want?
No. I need like 2-3 hours. So if you want me out of the house, at 8, you need to wake me up at like 5. And then I might leave the house by 8:15.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to say good night. Thank you to everyone for coming along. Really appreciate it. It's been a bit of a chilled one this evening, which I've appreciated. Next week we have Spider Boy, Luke from over at Star Spiders joining, and there might possibly be. I'm putting a bit of pressure on him here, but there might be a discount code for his website next week, as well as. So we were going to do it this week, but he had someone come up, so we're going to be doing it next week. So if you want a bit of a discount off his website, Tuesday of next week, we'll be doing that one. We've not had a catch up with Luke on a live for a little bit. It seems like it's been absolutely ages, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We have got some very interesting lives coming up. We've got such a good video going to be coming out probably at the end of October, to be honest. Just purely for logistics. I'm not going to tell you about that one though. You can find out when
you're kind of ruining the surprises.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good video. Probably, I'd say it's probably at least half an hour to 45 minutes long. It will be, but it's going to be absolutely awesome.
Just noticed how fat my face is like there, and it's still lymphatic drainage.
Grow a beard. You can't see it.
I saw a meme actually with someone with a beard, and they shaved it off. Their chin just completely disappeared. They had no Anyway, I shall be off. I have to get back to doing what I'm doing.
It was, yeah, just after BTS back in May. Dan's fallen off. Need to get back on it. I think he means the gym.
Night, Rob. Night, Andy.
Night all. Take care.
Bye.
See you next week.